Okay, let's talk about LandXML. More and more now, as I'm doing work for engineers, I'm finding that those that are working in Civil3D need to exchange data with me via LandXML. And I just want to show you an example of it real quick so that you know you can do that. I'm not typically sending them LandXML because the DWG files I write are adequate. But when I get information from them, I'm often getting a LandXML file because they know I can use that. So let's take a look at how traverses line up with these parcels and alignments. Let's take a look how the surfaces are exported in that. I'm going to use a learn file, sample surveys, called learn LandXML. So we ship this with Traverse PC. And I want this one because it's got good information in it to kind of show how the traverses line up with the LandXML and what I'm actually going to be getting with it. So this is a 24 by 36 in landscape mode. Let's drag this over, and it's empty. So let's go ahead and file, import. I do this from the survey. I'm going to bring in a LandXML file, and I'm going to browse. So it's going to take me back to that sample folder. And there are some options for importing as far as showing traverse groups. And I often turn on this one that says disable minor contours for large surfaces because I don't want to take a lot of time to have to draw those. So I'll generally turn those two options on. And then when I import this, the first thing I see is this dialog box. And I can see there's 639 points in there, 83 parcels, 6 alignments, 2 surfaces. I'm just going to bring in everything and let Traverse PC bring those in for me. So it's done. What did I get? Well, right off the bat, I see I got a parcels group, traverse group, with 83 parcels in it. So I can simply go ahead and tag those, and they show up for me. I can go in and say, okay, I want to go into the traverse drawing settings, and I want to do the lot labels for each of those with the name, square foot, acres, and now I have all the lot labels. So traverses work really, really well with these parcels that are in the LandXML. And again, those are generated by Civil3D. So everyone's kind of talking the same language here. Same way with alignments. I can come in and select those, turn those on. Alignments are neat because they have station, elevation, offsets, that sort of thing. And I can have each street, each loop in here. Traverse PC can also do the vertical curves on those. So all of that comes across from Civil3D through LandXML into Traverse PC. And then if I collapse these down, let me do that here real quick. I've got another set of traverses. These are the source points for the 2 surfaces. So I can come over here to the surfaces in here, and I can see I've got an existing ground surface. This was a rock quarry that's being repurposed in this project. And I've got a finished grade, which is primarily the streets, the ditches, the cuts and fills for those grade elevations. And all that's available to me in that LandXML file. Now, when I go to export LandXML, I just tell Traverse PC what I want to export and out it goes. And like I said, I'm not always exporting LandXML to engineers unless they request it. But I just want to show you that we can do that. So I'm going to tell Traverse PC I want to do export. And this time, instead of ASCII, we're going to choose LandXML. I've got some options in here as far as whether or not to include break lines with the surface because they're optional. Same way with borders. But I mostly want to show you this. I want to drop into the help topic for this real quick and go to the LandXML parent page. And this is what I want to show you. Traverses play nice with LandXML because of traverse groups. So when TPC exports to a LandXML file, it has to determine which traverses to export as parcels and which to export as alignments. It does so with the help of the traverse groups. So traverses in the parcels or lots group, so you can name it either one, are exported as parcels as long as their closure type is not open or close point to point. And traverses in the alignments group are exported as alignments. So when you open Traverse PC out of the box, we ship it with groups called parcels, lots, and alignments. And you can simply add traverses to those groups, and LandXML will know how to export them out to LandXML. Pretty neat. And again, you saw the what list before, so I can tell what I want to send out. Sometimes if I've just done phase 1, I just want to send phase 1. I don't want to send everything. I'll send out the whole thing here, just so you can kind of see how that works. I'll leave that just titled like it is. Oh, let's name it something here. And I had done export survey before. Let's overwrite that. Then I at least know where it's going. So I'm going to export that, and if I had a LandXML viewer, I could preview it. I don't have one on here, but I can do this with you. I can go back to our file, open it up without saving anything. So I'm right back to a blank survey again. And let's just bring in the LandXML that Traverse PC wrote, so you can just kind of see how that works. Import LandXML. Let's browse out, pick that one, import it, pick everything just like we did before. So it's all finished. And now I can come over to my traverses, and here are my parcels. So I can turn those on. Here are my alignments, so I can turn those on. Here are my surfaces, so I can turn those on. And you get a feel real quickly then that there's good data integrity going back and forth between Traverse PC and LandXML. There should be. It's just survey data. It's lots, alignments, surfaces, vertical curves, all that kind of stuff that Traverse PC understands real well. So it's a real nice correlation, and we're not intimidated at all to work with someone who's in a Civil 3D project because it just plays so nicely with that.